Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be playing Motorsports Manager with the F1 2022 mod. So this has recently came out, so I thought I'll be one of the first ones to jump on it and preview the mod, and obviously hopefully do a nice career mode with it. So as you can see, we've got the 10 teams which do compete in Formula 1, and I was just sitting there going, I don't really know who to go for. Looking at expected finishes, Williams in like 8th, which is like Alfa Romeo in 9th, but then I was thinking, we might as well go with Haas and try and bring them all the way to the top, because we are, you know, not very good, but let's see what we can do. See if we can be better than Alfa Romeo. So let's continue. Nice little loading screen here, going into Motorsports Manager. I've not played this game in about a few years. I'm now and again download the new mods, but this mod is brand new, so let's jump onto it and see how it goes. So here we are on the main screen. Obviously we've got Schumacher and Mazepin. So let's have a look for our mails. Let's see what there is here. So obviously we've got welcome to Haas. Welcome. Oh, okay, so I went with being a I chose being like an extra, so that's what Mazepin I used to watch on TV. So he wants to be one big happy family. Mazepin wants to prove that he's better. So we've got Simone Resta being the design. We've got some reports on our Haas drivers. Targets for the I think 2016 season can't be changed because obviously, you know, it's when it was originally released. Obviously we've got, you know, gotta go for the 10th place because I don't really expect us doing very well. 3-stage qualifying, we get it. Induction to the pit crew, we get that as well. There we go, here's our pit crew. Can hire more people. We've got a balance of 90 million, so decent enough. So we've got Eurocally sponsors, both of them. We've got obviously Haas over here for the thing. We've got Haas on this spot one. We've got one-on-ones. These are all the sponsors obviously, and they will last for the season. We can switch them up. But then do we take Siemens, Ponos or Claro? So as he finished 4th above, never happening. We're just going to have to probably stick. That's not going to get as much money though, is it? So probably just going to have to go for this. Because that 50k a race week is nothing. So let's take Ponos. Even though we'll never be there, let's get on our thing, give us some nice money. Whereabouts are they on the thing? Oh, just ran. They can't even see them, can you? See, here's our people. We've got Resta, Dominic Haynes and Gary Gannon. Drivers, we've got Pietro Fittipaldi as a young driver. We've got Schumacher and Mazepin, both 16. So obviously, ages are a bit different. So obviously, Verstappen's only 18 years old here. We've got Schwartzman around, Kvyat. We've got Puccier, who's 12. Hold on. We've got a 9-year-old. Andre Antonelli is 9 years old. Wait, hints I feel bad he's 12. Oh my god, I'm trying to see, is anyone I recognise is like really young still? David Schumacher, Liam Lawson. Oscar Piastri's really young. So yeah, that's what I mean. There's some absolute young one. Arthur Leclerc 15, Drugovic 16, Vips 15. So obviously all the ages are really young, but that's all they can do. So Joe is 16 as well. But there's not really too much to really do at the start, other than just sort of look at what we've got for our factory and all that. So we don't have the worst factory actually. You know, I need to upgrade the actual factory to get, you know, plus 15 part development staff and design centre decent, but gearbox seems decent. Engine might need upgraded, so where's the engine? That's one thing. We're going to get the test track to get a better engine, because that's the one thing I do think we need. Spend a little bit of money on that. Upgrade some buildings. Let's get a new factory. Don't want to spend too much money early on. So obviously I don't have a clue how we're going to be here. So obviously, improving parts. You want to all on 8%. So it's not too bad. But from my remembering, engine was the big ones you need to like sort of keep yourself good with. Engine and gearbox. We're going to do it like this. Obviously 35 stuff. There we go. Make sure it's all fine before the race. And let's put a little bit on the engine. Might as well we do this. Just so they get a little bit of improvement. Let's design a new part. Because our gearbox is really good. You can see that we are absolutely awful at every single thing possible. Let's just get a build time one down a gearbox, because obviously we want to go higher up. That'll be 6 days before the race, so obviously spend a bit of money on that. Let's continue. Oh, it's Nikita's birthday straight away pretty much. We're going to have to, you know, spend a bit of money, keep his morale high. We don't want to upset him before the first race. Let's just look at the calendar. So there's 1, 2, 3... Well, actually it tells me there's 20 rounds. So you go to any track... Yeah, we go to some tracks twice. We go to Brazil twice. Munich twice. Any others? We go to Munich 3 times. I'm guessing it's all the different layouts though. Yeah, it is, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's different layouts, so... You know, we do go to some countries multiple times. We go to the Black Sea, but obviously there'll be different layouts, right? Yeah. Milan and Milan. Well, what a difference in layouts. But you know what I mean, like... Not too bad. So obviously there's not too many tracks on here. They haven't been able to like improve. They haven't updated it with new tracks recently. But here we go, interview request with BBC. Why is he so white? You know, let's just go. We certainly picked a tough task for your first job after picking it. Are you expected to pick up many points in the season? I'm quietly confident. Quietly confident. We'll just boost morale. Make sure you see by the financial top drive. Do you agree with that, or do you see Nico Mazepin is better? We'll drop... Oh, 20%. Oh, that's not a very good idea. Actually, that's fine, 5%. I don't know why I read that wrong. Just say we hope we can surprise them. There we go. Our Haas team marketability comes up. That's good. Just want that more marketability. So that's the thing you've got to keep. Make sure you're marketable. So here we go. We've got the wind tunnel and the gearbox has been finished. So obviously we want another new gearbox. Just risk level right now, so we're trying to get down to the bottom. So obviously at the start it's going to be quite hard to move up. Obviously drivers, we've got Mazepin, who's not too strong. So obviously it's controversial, we need to check this. Dangerous jeweler, okay, good overtake him about other stuff. Pay driver, that's what we like about him, the pay driver. First lap panic, oh god. Crash. He isn't very good, is he? So you've obviously got race here, ambitious, Wonder Kid, which is good, and sign new contract. Successful musician. I can't say that for some reason. So I'm looking at that. Stable, famous father, hard worker. I might have to look at getting Mazepin changed, because obviously his marketability is quite bad. But also he's just got a lot of bad stats in him, but the only issue is... It's going to cost me a lot to get rid of him because he's on a 94-month contract. So to change him, I've got to sign someone really good instantly. No, like, messing around on it. So, huge picture for the opener in Dubai. Reliability works now complete. Let's put it onto this now. Obviously, we can choose our sponsor. We're not going to achieve any of them, so it's a bit of a issue. We get to choose the tyres we take. Let's take a 4-4-4 split, might as well, let's keep it safe. I don't have a clue about anything yet, so... Obviously, all I know is we're running around the back of the grid, most likely. So that's something we've got to hope to not do too much. But obviously, here we are at Dubai, at the opening Grand Prix. So, running the track, we're running the longest version of it, yeah, with a little bridge over the top we're going around. So, I'm not sure what we do. I don't know if we have practice, qualifying, or all that malarkey. I don't know how much we got, but obviously, you know, we want practice, decent amount of practice to get used to it. So, if we can find that right setup and do the rain right, we could get a few points, which is what we are hoping for. Because I just need to beat Alfa Romeo, because, you know, beat them with stable. And I'm not sure whether there's promotion relegation in this. So in the base game there is, but obviously in real life there is not. So I'm hoping it's like real life and there isn't. So obviously feedback from Mazepin and Schumacher. I'm going to take practice right now because obviously we need to like get there, you know, proper what we're doing. So it's 20 minutes practice. And let's get you at race trim because qualifying, there's no point in us qualifying good in my eyes because we're always going to be back of the grid. So you might as well get the races sorted. Also, I've gone for medium length races. I may change that if it's possible in the future. I'm just not sure. So just get the mediums out and just go. And obviously, straight away you put overtake and attack on because you get more information from that. Straight away, fast as we can go. Just get some laps out. Gear ratios are just right. Really happy with the gear. So the gearbox seems okay. Let's see what sort of times we are doing though on the mediums here. Okay, so we're faster than some of the cars. Not sure. Okay, so they've both got a little bit more setup knowledge. Don't know why we seem faster than these guys. Hopefully it's just practice and we're not actually this fast in the actual race, so that's, you know, not really much of a challenge. So let's bring them in now and let's check their good. Okay, so decent, you know. Let's try and improve this bit. Let's move it here, move it up here. More top speed. Oh no, this way I should go, then move that along there. We'll put you back out on a 4-lap race trim. Because we've got, you know what, let's get the medium tyres really done. So we're going to send you back on the same set of mediums. Good, great, that's decent then. Leave it around there then. We'll go for a qualify. No, so race. We're just going to keep it this way. We'll do qualifying after if there's any time. Because I want to get the mediums properly, you know, like built in to our brains of what we're driving with. Aero's much nice. Okay, aero's feeling just great now. Yeah, obviously you've got worn tyres. Race trim unlocked. There we go. Race 3. We can bring them in now. They should have the tyres as well. Yep, we could switch them on to the right thing. And handling is not as good for Mazepin. Okay, so great, poor, great. Switch this up quickly then. Good, poor. So the difference is probably in between. And we'll obviously slap you out on race trim for free, no, qualifying trim, sorry, on the super softs. Excellent speed balance, that's good. Let's just see how much we can get on these. Obviously Mazepin's out first. So not doing very well on the side of Schumacher improvements. Mazepin has just set the fastest lap though. Is that because the track grip's gone up maybe? Schumacher set the fastest first sector. Slow middle though. Still faster. So we just gotta wait for everyone to finish. 2 cars gotta come across, and there we go. Let's go into qualifying and see how we do with this. So we are top of the timetables. A bit confused how this works, but we'll see. Haas looking on good form in Dubai practice, but obviously it's practice. That's why Haas is looking good. Because in a real race, Haas should be looking back of the grid style. So the qualifying trim. Let's try to maximise the things on the right thing. There we go, and then that's just too much. That hopefully is both still excellent. So I'll send him out on that. Then let's go for the good. There's no point mixing with that. It's qualified now. Let's not mess with him. Let's take the qualifying. Send out Mazepin. I'm not very good at this. I didn't really used to always do this, so we'll see. In the end, I might, you know, just end up skipping these bits. Just do like not put them into the edit, so we'll see. But yep, Gordon overheated again. Not very good at that. So let's just see what they do. So yeah, Mazepin's getting sent down quite far. How I was expecting it to go. Let's send him out again on some more super softs. I've accidentally sent Schumacher out on some old ones, so we'll see how they do. Perfect, okay. Perfect and cold. Oh, I'm not doing very well for the Schumacher one. Qualifying is not my strong point here. Let's sim it. We do the final lap. On Schumacher, let's see how... Oh, sorry, Mazepin, let's see how he does. Spinning around here. Come on. You've got this, surely. Come on, through the end. Oh, no, definitely not. Oh, I'm going to have to sim qualify to do anything because I'm awful at it. Now, waiting for a card finish. Oh, it's Mazepin to ground. So, obviously... There is three sort of like, there's obviously Q1, Q2 and Q3 for the thresholds. So we haven't done very well, but you know, we'll see how it goes in the end. Obviously the race is completely different. Stroll, Albon, Guan Yu Zhou, Schumacher and Mazepin all eliminated here. They simulate the qualifying, so I'm not really too bothered about watching them. Just have to quickly press sim here. So who isn't making it through to Q1? We'll see. Well, so far it's Gasly, Tsunoda, Latifi, Vettel and Bottas. Gasly's moved out of it, but Alonso's now in there, but he's got a lap to go. Yep, it was Gasly, Tsunoda, Latifi, Vettel and Bottas haven't made it through. And they're obviously going for the soft tyres, not the super softs. So in the Q1 we go. Simulate the session. So Verstappen has got a provisional pole, Hamilton and Russell following him. Perez down in 5th though, so not as fast as Verstappen, his teammate. So anyone going purple? A purple Verstappen, yep, so it sticks exactly the same really. Nothing much changed on the second run out there in Q1 or Q3. Let's see, so let's go. Verstappen wins close fight in Dubai, qualifying. And here we are for the race. So obviously empty slot, we can put race and mediums because I feel like that's what we're going to be doing for the mediums here. Race trim and mediums, there we go. Car setup, as that's how I want them. Change the cell patch, let's go to the tyre choice. So it's 24 laps with 24 laps of fuel. We go on to super softs, burn them as much as we can. So get 6 out of those and then get 18 out of the mediums, I'd say. Why don't I do it the other way around? Keep the mediums on normal. I'm going to try that with Mazepin, keep the mediums on normal. And for Schumacher, we're going to go for a super soft setup and straight away absolutely wreck it and see if we can make positions with Schumacher. So he's off the grid. He's on super softs, one of the furthest ones back on the super softs. So there we go. Schumacher blazing around in the first lap. But to put it on times 4 or times 12. If there's like a times 8, it'd be perfect. But Schumacher up to 15th and Mazepin up to 18th, so not too bad for him there. Let's actually put his fuel down. If not, he's going to lose all of it. So the first corner, there we go. Going around. He's still not bad, to be fair. Saying where he is, I know he's on the super softs, but he's only behind Alonso, who started on the softs, are a lot more used. And I'm saying that, he's been overtaken a few times now. Mazepin still just comfortably sitting there in 18th. Schumacher's annoyed that Latifi's overtook him. Unfortunately, this is where the car is on performance levels. A few little boring laps coming around here. Alonso is in the pit because of his tyres are quite worn. Is he going to have to do another stop? Maybe, I'm not quite sure actually. Obviously Schumacher is just going to keep following around here behind Latifi. We've obviously got Alonso and the 2 Alfa Romeos behind us, which is a good start by the team we are looking to beat. But Schumacher coming around the final corner there with Mazepin following very closely. Just trying to get Mazepin's tyres up to temperature. He's got a little bit extra fuel, so he might put that up a little bit, so it doesn't really change too much, but we want Schumacher to do his best here, really. So we've got a little bit of a gap now. Schumacher's dropped off a little bit to Latifi just ahead. So on to the 6th lap. How many laps did I need to do before we went on to this? It was 6 laps. So once we complete this lap, we're going to go on to the mediums. Parts look decent enough. We're going to risk the fast pit stop because with Haas, we haven't got much to lose, really. And also, Schumacher is falling back a little bit, but he's in 12th, so these people that have got on the soft will have to do another stop, right? So if we can try and, you know, do well against them and keep them behind, we should be okay. Yeah, Schumacher dropping back. Yeah, maybe a lap too late bringing him in. Wasn't sure when the tyre wear cut-off was. Might have pushed a little bit too hard on him. But obviously into the pit stop he goes. A little bit of a mistake on the front jack, but nothing too extraordinary. So on Mazepin's side, let's increase that fuel power. Let's increase the fuel mode. Let's get more fuel being burnt, and let's try and keep up with the cars ahead. Because Guan Yu Zhou and Bottas are not too far behind. So far at the stop we've got Ricciardo, Gasly, Norris, Ocon, Alonso and Schumacher. Coming out of the pits now will be Russell, Tsunoda. So Russell in 13th coming out. So obviously we're in the top 10 now, but obviously pit stops will need to be made. And everyone else who comes out onto mediums does not need to pit again. Verstappen with a comfortable lead actually where he is. Coming out right into that sort of area where people haven't had a pit stop and got a comfortable gap all the way down to Russell. Just ahead of us is Perez, who's just pit onto the mediums now. If we keep ahead or keep onto him, really. Try to keep the pace up, but it's not really working. Nice turns around here. Yeah, Mazepin, I know you've been stood behind Latifi for 8 laps. You've not been anymore, but it must be annoying looking at the exact same person's back of the car. Some repair fixes there for Hamilton. It has dropped Schumacher all the way back to apps like so far behind everyone else. I'm not sure if Schumacher's actually going to get anywhere in this race because of how far back he actually is. So obviously there's a little bit of a train falling behind Mazepin here because his next, the only people who haven't stopped, Stroll, Vettel, Albon ahead of him. They're the ones who haven't stopped ahead of him, so hopefully it's not too bad. Stroll has gone into the pits now and is going on to the mediums. Mazepin is just running around with Zhou. Tsunoda came out behind Schumacher because he had to do another pit stop. So maybe Schumacher might beat Tsunoda in the end, but obviously Mazepin running in 5th. Never going to happen in real life for a while. Unless Haas become insane. But obviously pit stops will be coming soon, which is really where it all comes down to. We're going for the very long first run sort of idea. And got a bit of a train behind us. Russell is trying to cut through though past Zhou and Mazepin. Well, I was a Mazepin. But Guan Yu Zhou seemed quite well in keeping him behind. Let's keep going around here with Mazepin. But no, that's Zhou but through. But no, not again. Repassed by Mazepin here. It's a big queue queuing up behind, should I say, really. Schumacher is not too far away now. He seems to be catching up more as his whole group seems to be going slower because their tyres are getting more worn. So I think Mazepin is really slowing them down. So we go down to the 14th lap in a second. These are supposed to make 18 laps. I'm not sure if he's going to make that or not. So it's going to be all up in the air. All up in the air, should I say. Obviously, Mazepin still running around in 5th. It's not really bad. We've got so many cars grouping up behind us, though. But the thing is, Guan Yu Zhou has also not been overtaken. We've sort of kept it together in that sort of aspect. Saying that, Russell comes through. I seem to have the commentator's curse quite a lot on this race. Everything seems to be going different to how I say it will go. And Mazepin still just running around there. Probably getting a nosebleed from how high he is. 10 laps remaining of this race. Flipping through the first few corners here. So I'm just trying to think, if we pit him now, the softs aren't going to take 10 laps on him, are they? Well, the super softs, they'll take 9 laps, so I'm thinking get one more lap under Mazepin's belt, and then we should be fine. But obviously, Zhou has fell back a little bit more now. One more lap, we are on quite a lot of tyre wear, so I'm trying to think, do we? We pull the trigger this lap. So Vettel has came into the pits. We're doing that. Is someone going really, really slow? I see, or I don't know. I'm not really sure. So Mazepin keeps going around. Let's put overtake mode on to keep him doing well. I know the tyres are absolutely shot, but the overtake mode should keep him ahead at least for a little bit. But I think Schumacher might get a little bit here because all these people are coming into the pit stop now are going to be. He's going to re-overtake them. So Mazepin into the pits coming out now. Is Schumacher actually going to overtake? No, he's just behind and all. Actually, he had to brake to not hit the back of him. So Latifi has to that position right behind him. So 12th and 14th, not a bad start here, but there's a massive gap to the cars ahead. That's the only issue we got. All the back markers stuck in with us. Let's jump on to Schumacher, see how he's doing here. Decent consistency of 8.3. Mazepin not doing too well with his consistency. Just making sure we aren't using too much fuel here. So that would go wrong if we did. Schumacher will be going towards the end of his medium's life, so he'll be going a bit slower in the future. Don't know why Zhou came on to the mediums. Has he took all of his tyres out in practice and qualifying? Because that's a very weird choice to go for. But no, Schumacher still running around after them. Over to 11th Mazepin is, so six laps left. You know, points are not too far away. And with Alonso looking like he's going to have to make a pit stop, are we going to get a miracle of scoring a point on our debut of this season, should I say? Not the debut of us into the sport, it's a debut of us on this season. So there's quite a little bit of space between Mazepin and the cars ahead. But once they go into that pit stop, like that, no, there you go, he's in 10th now. And it doesn't look like anyone's going to be able to overtake him, because he's 4 seconds behind, but he's got quite a few cars to overtake through. And Mazepin's getting a little bit of that little space in between them. Have we played this really right and just managed to look at and get a top 10 finish in our first race? I don't want to curse it, but obviously, you know, Schumacher in 12th, tyre wear's not looking great, but still keeping up with it. I was thinking about might have to replace Mazepin as well, but he doesn't look like he's doing too bad. He has that first lap panic, which obviously is, you know, awful to have, and crash happy as well, but we could give him a few better traits and he might grow out of the other ones. See, they can do that, so we've got to check how many weeks he's got on for, but sometimes they do just go as well if they don't have any weeks left. Yeah, I know your tyre's pretty bad, Schumacher. We've got 3 laps left, so just deal with it right now. Mazepin's the one we care about. He's the one who's going to get his first points for Haas in this season. Or potential to get his points. And the thing is, Latifi isn't actually too far away. He's keeping up now. So obviously if our aim was to beat Alfa Romeo, they are sitting in 13th and 20th. Bottas not having a great debut for Alfa Romeo now. For his third team in F1. It's been here longer than a lot of people realise. With the few seasons at Williams. Long time at Mercedes and now jumping ship to Alfa Romeo. But we've took someone. Sainz has gone into the pits. So we now have a 9th place for Mazepin. So even more of a safety net. Nice big safety net for us to finish on. So, you know, this could actually be a great result here for us in the end. So let's move on to Schumacher, see how he's doing. Just flying around, you know. Got a big queue behind him. Is that Sainz trying to cut through already on Zhou. I'm just hoping that nothing really changes too much here. And I don't think anyone's actually going to get past Schumacher really. It's a final lap and like, yeah, he's not going the fastest, but look how far Mazepin is ahead. There is no way towards making that unless Mazepin has an awful crash or a failure. Schumacher just going to be finishing outside the points in the end, I believe. Fastest lap at the end does go to Max Verstappen on the final lap there. Going wide was Schumacher, but no. 9th and 11th. That is a great result here for our first race at Haas. But obviously we're going to have a look at Verstappen. Just driving around in the end. So obviously we're just going to do the quick save as it goes because auto save is on. But that is an absolute great result. Verstappen was so far ahead, he put onto soft tyres at the end to get the fastest lap. Let's continue. There's no risk of rule break for us because we didn't break any rules at all. So let's continue there. Up 11 places, up 11 places for Nikita Mazepin. Up 8 places for Mick Schumacher. So the points are a lot different actually. 12, 6, 4, 3, 2. Top 6 get points. I did not know that. That is a lot different to how it is in real F1. I don't know why that has not been changed in the mod. But you know, we'll take that. We've got to, you know what I mean. We've got to sort of take that. Stick with the rules that have been put on the mod. But that has been changed. I thought that'd be one of the things that changed because the rules are really to change, in my opinion. With the modded, it seems like the easier side of it. So there we go, got the results here. Gene Haas is very happy with that, got some percentage upgrades on all the people. Team marketability has gone up. Bit more money to go into the banks. And there we go. So obviously we've got to look at the people in the lower F2. How they're doing. So you can see that Sargent is at the top, then Holger. Novalek, Boschung, Fittipaldi, Cordell, Poucher. I'm not going to go through all of them, but obviously looking at the bottom of the grid we've got Rasmussen, Martins Vesti, Nissani. Let's keep continuing through here. Any names we know in here, it's obviously Schumacher, Fium Nannini wouldn't do at the top, so obviously all the points are the same all the way down. But anyway, thanks for watching the first episode. Hopefully I can make this a series so there's good feedback. So make sure to like and subscribe. See you and goodbye.